Yo, what is up, guys? It's Vinny Boy T back with another video. Alright, so you know how we did my thoughts on each NHL team, right? Now we're doing my thoughts on each MLB team. I guess let's get right into the video. I can't wait. Alright, first up we got the Arizona Diamondbacks, or the D-backs. Players you got Lourdes Gurriel Jr., comment if I pronounced that right. You guys also have players like Justin Martinez, Jake McCarthy, Geraldo Perdomo, and you guys also have Christian Walker. You guys are pretty good. This year, you're not really as good as you were last year. You guys still are pretty good. You guys are second in your division. You guys were able to make the World Series last year. Maybe this year you guys can come back and win it. I don't know. Right now you guys are in a playoff spot, so maybe I can see it. But, you guys are doing great, and, yeah. All right, next up we got the Atlanta Braves. I mean, you guys are pretty good. You have Ronald Acuna Jr., he's injured right now, though. You guys have Max Fried. You guys also have Matt Olson, Chris Sale. You also have players like Forrest Wall. But, you guys' players are pretty good. You were able to win a World Series in 2021. Yeah. And, you guys have been pretty good, too. I think you might lead your division. I think you guys lead the division. Yeah, you guys are in a wild card spot. You don't lead the division, but you guys are pretty good. Maybe you can make another World Series run if you could, but for now, maybe not. So, yeah. The Baltimore Orioles, or Orioles, I think that's how you say it. I can see you guys making the World Series, maybe making a run. You guys are pretty great. You guys have Brian Baker, Gunnar Henderson. You guys have James McCann, Cedric Mullins, and you also have Jordan Westberg. All really good players. And you guys are pretty good in the standings. You guys are second in your division. You're just behind the Yankees. You beat them 17-5 today. I can see you guys maybe making a World Series run, even for being in the top wild card spot right now. But you guys are basically just on the same level as the Braves, and I would love to see a Braves versus Orioles Super Bowl, or no, World Series, my fault. Would love to see that. The Boston Red Sox, or the Boston Stinky Sox, as I like to call them. They're not really the best, but anyways, they have players like Rafael Devers. They got Romy Gonzalez. They got Nick Pivetta, Emmanuel Valdez, Dominic Smith too, and they also got Matsushika Yoshida, Japanese player. But you guys aren't really doing too good. I think you guys might have a wild card spot right at the moment. No, you're just short of one, but maybe if you guys can work a bit harder, become less Stinky Sox, you guys can maybe make like a good run in the playoffs, maybe make it to like the quarterfinals, but then like get eliminated. You guys won't make it far, but yeah. The Chicago Cubs, very stinky team, because you guys have an annoying fan base, and you have fans like Seth Wilson. Shout out to him, by the way. But, I mean, you guys are all right. You're stinky, though. You guys have Cody Bellinger, pretty good. You have Ian Happ, Nico Horner. You guys also have Tyson Miller and Patrick Wisdom. Honestly, I feel like Anthony Rizzo was a bit better than Patrick Wisdom when he was playing with the Cubs, but the Cubs are overall just a stinky team. You guys are not in a playoff spot right now. You guys are stinky as usual. You're not even in a wild card spot. You're fourth in the NL Central. But this is my team's biggest rival, and that's why I hate him so much. But yeah, stinky. All right, now we got the stinky Sox, the Chicago White Sox. Anyways, you guys really suck this year. You're dead last in the entire league. Wow. You guys have players like Andrew Benintendi, Paul DeYoung. He was better with the Cardinals, by the way. So was Tommy Pham, who's also on this team. There's also Nicky Lopez and Luis Robert Jr. and Gavin Sheets. But overall, it doesn't really matter. Your players suck. Your team sucks. You guys are last in your division and last in the entire league with 20 wins, 56 losses. Wow. You guys absolutely suck. You're actually worse than the other Sox, the Boston Red Sox. But yeah, you guys just need to really step up your game and get better. Wow. The Cincinnati Reds. I mean, you guys are decent. You're not really, I think you're one of the worst teams in the NL Central right now, besides the Cubs. But you guys have players like Ellie De La Cruz, Jonathan India. You guys have Nick Martinez, Spencer Steer, and you guys used to have Joey Votto, but not anymore. You guys also have Tyler Stephenson, but yeah, you guys aren't really the best. You're dead last in the NL Central. You're not in a wild card spot either. You're one of the 4 last teams in the National League. So, no, you guys aren't really as good as you once were. But, yeah, you guys just plain out aren't the best. The Cleveland Guardians, well, in my opinion, I still think it's the Cleveland Indians. These just woke folks are all like, oh my God, Indians is offensive. Bro, it's still the Cleveland Indians. I don't care. You guys have players like Gabriel Arias, Will Brennan. You guys also have players like Austin Hedges, Tim Herron, and you also have Jose Ramirez. You guys are actually doing decent right now. You guys are one of the top teams in the American League. You're second place in the American League leaders. You guys lead the American League Central. Pretty good. Maybe you guys can make a good playoff run. But, yeah, you guys are pretty good. The Colorado Rockies. Oh, man, you guys stink without Arenado. But you guys aren't doing really the best. You guys have players like Jake Bird, Charlie Blackmon, Hunter Goodman, Ryan McMahon, and Alan Trejo. You guys really aren't doing the best right now. You're one of the top 4 last place teams in the National League. You're second to last besides the Marlins in the National League. And I think you guys are also, you guys are last place in the NL West. You're not doing really good this year. I don't think you guys will make the playoffs. Definitely not. Hopefully you guys can get better, though, next year and come along strong. The Detroit Tigers. I mean, you guys are all right. You're not the best, but you guys do have players like Andrew Chafin, Riley Green, Colt Keith, Carson Kelly, Ryan Kreider, and Jake Rogers. But you guys are all right. You're not. You guys aren't really one of the top teams right now. I think you guys are almost in the four last in the American League. So hopefully you guys can work your way up. You guys aren't really doing great right now, but maybe if you guys step up your game a little, like next year and this year, now you guys will be able to go make it far, maybe in the playoffs, but for now, you guys aren't the best. The Houston Astros, a.k.a. the Cheaters. Man, you guys fell off. I mean, after winning 2 World Series in 2017, you guys cheated. And in 2022, I mean, you guys really fell off. I mean, you guys have players like Jose Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman. You guys also have Josh Harder and John Singleton. But you guys are doing not great right now. You're not the best in your division. You're second, but in the American League, you guys are working your way out of the last 4 teams in the American League. So maybe you guys can come back and get a playoff spot, but for now, that's not really happening. So the Kansas City Royals, my third favorite team. You guys are pretty good right now. You're in a wild card spot. But you guys have players like Nick Anderson, Adam Frazier, Garrett Hampson, Vinny Pasquantino. Hey, buddy, you got the same name as me. It's just spelled with an IE at the end and not a Y. And Bobby Witt Jr. You guys are actually pretty good. You have a wild card spot right now. If things keep going your way, you might be able to make the playoffs in maybe the wild card. But you guys are pretty good. Hopefully, maybe you can make a good run, maybe till like the semifinals if you're lucky. But you guys might be first round exits. So, yeah. The Los Angeles Angels, man, you guys are doing horrible without Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. But anyways, you guys have players like Luis Garcia. You also have Luis Guillorme, I think I pronounced it right. You guys have Mickey Moniak, Logan O'Hoppe, and Luis Refugino. Hopefully I pronounced all these right. But in in you guys' division, you're second to last, besides the Oakland A's. But you guys are one of the last 4 teams in the American League, and maybe you guys can work your way up. Work things out ever since you guys got rid of Ohtani. But hopefully you guys can find your way. And the reason you guys aren't doing so good without Shohei Ohtani is because he went over to the other Los Angeles team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have players like Mookie Betts, I know he's injured, Freddie Freeman, Jason Hayward, Shohei Ohtani, and you guys also have Chris Taylor. But you guys are actually doing pretty decent. You guys are first in the NL West, and in the National League leaders, you guys are second. Maybe I can see you guys making a World Series run. Maybe you guys can make as good as you did in 2020. Maybe win it, but not this year. Maybe another year. You guys probably will make a good run, is what I think. The Miami Marlins. Oh my goodness. You guys are absolutely terrible. You guys have Tim Anderson, who was really good when he was with the White Sox, and he just kind of fell off with the Marlins. You guys have Jake Berger, Jazz Chisholm Jr., you guys have Nick Fortes, and you guys have Andrew Nardi. You guys are second to dead last in the entire league. You guys are doing absolutely horrible. You were off to a horrible start of 0-10. Now you guys are 25-49, still pretty bad. You guys probably can't work your way up. All I can really say is better luck next year. The Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, actually, you guys are doing pretty decent. You guys have Willie Adams, William Contreras, Joey Ortiz, Freddie Peralta, and Bryce Terang. Or you also have Christian Yelich. But you guys are doing absolutely outstanding. You guys are first in the NL Central, and you guys are third in the National League leaders. You guys probably could make a good World Series run. Maybe you guys will probably fall short of that. Maybe get eliminated in the semifinals. But you guys are a pretty decent team right now. The Minnesota Twins. I mean, you guys are actually a pretty good team right now. You're not one of the best, but you guys have players like Willie Castro, Kyle Farmer, Max Kepler, Jose Miranda, and Joe Ryan. But you guys are pretty good. You guys are in a wild card spot right now for the American League. You guys probably won't make it far if you guys do happen to make the playoffs. But you guys are a pretty good team right now, and maybe you guys will be able to make it to the playoffs. Alright, so now we got the New York Mets. I mean, you guys aren't really that good, but you're alright. You guys got players like Pete Alonso, Harrison Bader. He was better on the Cardinals. You guys got J.D. Martinez, David Peterson, and DJ Stewart. But you guys aren't really high in the standings. You're fourth in the NL East, and you are one of the 4 last teams in the National League. You guys probably won't be able to make the playoffs. I mean, you could if you tried, but you probably won't. So, better luck next year. Yes, my second favorite team, the team that has won the most World Series rings, the New York Yankees. You guys are actually really good right now. You guys have players like Caleb Ferguson, Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu. You guys also have Anthony Rizzo. I know he's injured. And Juan Soto. You guys are doing really good right now. You guys are first in the AL East. You're first in the AL leaders in the American League. Hopefully, maybe you guys are able to make a World Series run. And hopefully, you guys can get your 28th ring. That would be sweet. But maybe you guys could get that run. Oh, the Oakland Athletics, the team that placed dead last in the entire league last year. Still not doing great this year. You guys have players like Austin Adams, J.J. Bleday, Zach Geloff. You also have Brendan Rooker and Max Schumann. But you guys aren't really... You're doing better than you did last year, but you're not doing the greatest. You guys are last in your division, the AL West, and you guys are one of the last 4 teams in the American League. You guys have 28 wins, 49 losses. Pretty bad. All I can say really is you're not making the playoffs again. Just better luck next year. The Philadelphia Phillies. You guys are actually doing pretty good. You guys have players like Jose Alvarado, Nick Castellanos, I think I said it right, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh, and Trey Turner. You guys are doing pretty good. You guys are first in the NL East, and you guys are first in the National League. I think maybe you guys can make another World Series run like you did in 2022. But maybe you guys can make another one like it. Maybe I would love to see a Phillies versus Yankees World Series. That would be fun to see, but yeah. The Pittsburgh Pirates, I mean, you guys are doing You're not really... You're basically as good as the Boston Red Sox, basically. But you guys have Aroldis Chapman, O'Neal Cruz, Nick Gonzalez, Andrew McCutchen, and Brian Reynolds. Paul Skeens has also been doing pretty good. But you guys are alright. You guys are third in the NL Central, and in the National League you are in the National League you guys are pretty high up in the wild card. You guys are fourth in there, so maybe you guys can find a way into the playoffs, but maybe not. It really just depends, but yeah. The San Diego Padres, you guys are actually doing pretty decent right now. You guys have players like Luis Arias, Jake Cronworth, Ha-Seong Kim, Michael King, and Fernando Tatis Jr. That's probably your best player. You guys are actually doing pretty good. You guys are third in the NL West, and you guys are just short of making the playoffs behind the Cardinals. Hopefully you guys don't beat them, because I want the Cardinals to make the playoffs. But if you guys do make the playoffs, you'll probably be a first-round exit, like a wild-card exit. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about you guys. And hopefully Tatis stops using steroids. The San Francisco Giants. I mean, you guys are an all-right team. You guys have players like Matt Chapman, Tyler Fitzgerald, Wilmer Flores, Randy Rodriguez, and Austin Slatter. You guys aren't doing that great, but you still are pretty good. You're fourth in the NL West, and you're nowhere near a wild card spot. You're just below the Cubs, so you're not doing really good. Yeah, you guys probably won't be able to make it to the playoffs, so maybe, but maybe if you guys worked, you could find your way. Right now you're losing the Cardinals like 6-5, so you guys probably won't win today, but maybe you can work your way in. The Seattle Mariners, I mean, you guys are actually doing pretty good. You guys have players like Cody Bolton, J.P. Crawford, Mitch Haniger. Please don't jump me for that, please. Victor Robles and Julio Rodriguez. But you guys are doing pretty good. You guys are first in your division, and you are third in the American League leaders. Maybe if you guys were to work harder and be able to make a good playoff run, you guys could go for the World Series, but I'm not really seeing it this year. But maybe in like a couple more years or so, you guys can win one. So, yeah. Oh, yes. This is the one I've been waiting for. The St. Louis Cardinals, who has players like Nolan Arenado, Matt Carpenter, Dylan Carlson, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman, Sonny Gray, Ivan Herrera, and Victor Scott III. The Cardinals are doing pretty good right now. We're in a playoff spot right now, in a wild card. If we do make the playoffs, we probably will get a first-round exit, but that's okay. But we will make the playoffs this year, unlike those stinky Cubs. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Cardinals. The Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, you guys are doing all right. You're not really the best right now. I mean, you guys have players like Jason Adam, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lowe, Josh Lowe, and you also have Ahmed Rosario. But you guys are you're not doing too bad, but you're not doing good either. You guys are fourth in the AL East, and you're just you're not close to a wild card spot either. You guys probably won't miss the playoffs this year. Maybe you can try and make it, but you probably won't get far in the playoffs. You're not as good as you were in the past decade and like the past 5-7 years. But maybe you guys can work your way up to that again. The Texas Rangers, I mean, you guys kind of fell off after winning it all last year. You guys have players like Adolis Garcia. You guys have Wyatt Langford, Jacob Latz, Corey Seager, and David Wenzel. But you guys haven't really been the best ever since you won the World Series last year. In your division, you guys are third. And for wild card, you guys aren't really close to a wild card spot. You actually are one of the last 4 teams in the American League. Maybe you guys can work your way back to the top. You just gotta work hard, play hard, and play smart too. And hopefully you guys can make another run. You probably won't, though. You'll probably be the first round exit if you do make it. But, yeah. The Toronto Blue Jays, the only Canadian team out of all the teams in the MLB. You guys have players like Ryan Burr, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you guys have Alejandro Kirk, Orelvis Martinez, and Justin Turner. But you guys are pretty good. Right now, you guys are last. Never mind, you're not really that good, but you guys are last in your division. And but you guys are high up. You're near where the Rays are. So you're just a little lower than the Rays, but you're better than the Astros. You guys probably won't make the playoffs. You could try, but you couldn't. You probably won't. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. All right, last but not least, the final team I'm going to be talking about, the Washington Nationals. You guys are all right. You guys have players like C.J. Abrams, Louis Garcia Jr., you also have Mitchell Parker, Nick Senzel, and Jacob Young. You guys are somewhat good, but not really, though. You're third in your division, the NL East. And you guys are about sixth in the wild card. You're not too bad. You probably won't make the playoffs. You'll probably miss it. But hopefully you guys can work your way to the top next year, and or maybe this year. Depends, really. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching the video. Really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Shout out to Christian Wirt for the idea on this video. But hey guys, thank you for 15 subs. Really appreciate it. It may not say 15, but I get a new subscriber. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Yippee!